Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy King Marco in the building. Here to give y'all boys some game. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell for a young player. King's Court coming soon. Let's get into it. Well, I've been hearing a lot of shit. And got off the phone with my peoples on the West Coast. And what I'm hearing don't sound too good. Looks like at the end of the season, Lakers is gonna break this whole thing up. I've been on the phone and everybody's up for grabs except for LeBron. Frank Vogel's getting fired. Rob Pelinka getting fired. And everybody about to get traded. Everybody but LeBron. AD included. Yeah, that's right. AD gonna get traded. Those are the reports. You know Westbrook getting traded. I don't know how they gonna trade him with that $47 million contract that he got. I don't know who's gonna be crazy to take him. But from my guesstimation, they willing to give him up for anything right now. But they gonna break this whole thing up. Okay? Nobody is safe. AD about to be traded, y'all. LeBron probably done had enough of him. Okay, and he can't risk the last bit of his years on a guy who can't stay healthy. But from my understanding, they're not just gonna dump AD. Okay, that's not what I'm hearing. They're just not gonna trade him anywhere. They're gonna trade him to a place where he can still be in contention for the championship. Okay, but it ain't gonna be on the West Coast. AD will be going east. And from my understanding, from what I've been told, AD is going back home. AD will be traded to Chicago. And in return, from my understanding, they are trying to get Zach LaVine. So it's going to be LeBron James playing with Zach LaVine next year. Zach LaVine, it makes it easy too, because Zach LaVine is what? Clutch Sport client. So that'll make LeBron James happy. At this point, he needs somebody that he can somewhat rely on a daily basis. The one thing I can say about Zach LaVine is that he's not gonna give you no 8-point night. Okay, he's not gonna do it, and he spaces the floor. AD's gonna be going back home to Chicago, y'all, which ain't a bad situation for him. To be honest with you, he'll go back home, play for Chicago, and at the same time they'll still be in contention. They'll still have a good team around them. But my understanding is that they're gonna trade Zach LaVine, sign and trade, and trade him for Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis will be going back to Chicago. That way, nobody feels bad about this move. At this point, LeBron, he can't trust AD. Okay, and they have to make a move right now, and get rid of AD's contract and get rid of him while they can. Okay, those are the reports. Anthony Davis will be traded to the Chicago Bulls for Zach LaVine in a sign and trade. Okay, though that is what I've been hearing. Okay, another thing is that Westbrook is gonna be traded. They're gonna try and trade him for anybody. Okay, he out of there. Ain't no staying over one more year, see if they can get this right. They already know they can't get this right. So Westbrook's gonna be traded, and AD's gonna be traded, and they're gonna build this team from within. My guesstimation is that Tristan Thompson is gonna go along with Zach LaVine to Chicago, but he's probably not gonna get traded because he's already a free agent. So Tristan's probably gonna be back in LA with LeBron. Okay, so next year it will be the Zach LaVine LeBron James show, and that makes them a better team because it makes them a better shooting team and a better tandem. Right there. Power forwards, star power forwards, they really struggle in the NBA for some reason. I don't know why. Tim Duncan is the only power forward that's been successful in the NBA as far as winning multiple championships. For some reason, star power forwards do not make it well in the NBA for whatever reason. I can't understand it, but it just doesn't fit for some reason. And LeBron ain't got time to be wasting for this. Okay. I don't know who they're gonna give the coach. Some people are saying Mark Jackson, but I don't believe Mark Jackson is gonna be the coach for the Lakers. I don't see it. I don't think Mark Jackson and LeBron will mesh well in the locker room. Mark Jackson is a God fearing individual. He don't like a whole bunch of cussing in the locker room, and LeBron James got a potty mouth. Okay, just that alone is going to draw them, somewhat. They're going to be at odds a little bit. I don't think he stands for all that rap music in there too. I don't think the culture of LeBron James and Mark Jackson, I don't think that's going to mesh well. LeBron is going to have to do some sort of soul searching to where he's going to have to change his personality in order for Mark Jackson to fit in there. Does he want to win that bad? To change his whole way of doing things that he's been doing for the last 20 years. I don't know. I don't know if he's willing to do that. So my guesstimation is that I don't think Mark Jackson is going to be the coach. Okay, LeBron's going to want somebody that he can somewhat control and tell what to do. And Mark Jackson don't seem like the type of guy that's going to fall. That's just going to do whatever LeBron does. Now, the only thing that I will say that it does make sense is that Mark Jackson is being represented by Clutch Sports as well. So that's one of the main reasons why that possibly could be. But my guesstimation, I think Mark Jackson turns it down. I think he stays right where he's at, doing the commentating for ESPN. That's what I see. That's what I think. LeBron is gonna have to do some real. He's going to do some real soul searching keep, in order for Mark Jackson to be the coach of that team. And I don't know. Mark Jackson is probably more fit to be a coach for a younger team. He might not be a championship coach. To my personal opinion, Mark Jackson is a good coach, but I don't know if Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and those guys reached their full potential with Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson was never really was never big on shooting a 3-point shot. Okay, and I don't think they would have had the freedom. I don't think Steph and Clay would have had the freedom to shoot all those threes that they shot if Mark Jackson was still the coach. I don't know. I think Mark Jackson's more built to for a team like the Minnesota Timberwolves. A team that's up and coming, that has some talent, but they just need somebody to steer them in the right direction. That's what I believe that Mark Jackson is. Okay, I don't know if he's a championship. I don't know if he's a coach to coach veteran teams such as the Lakers. Okay, I just don't see it. I think he turns that job down. It'd be tempting for him to take it, but I think there's too much turmoil inside of the Lakers upper brass for him to take that job. I think he'll be in the same situation as he is, if he as he was in Golden State. Secondly, another thing that he doesn't take this job is that LeBron's in his last year of his contract. And I just don't see Mark Jackson taking that job with that uncertainty that if LeBron's going to stay or if he's going to go. Because me personally, this is probably the last ditch effort to keep LeBron in LA is to make this trade for trade AD. Okay, because at this point right now, AD is not going to hold up for them. He's just not going to do it. Okay, he's always going to be hurt. And at this point, LeBron wants to get another ring. He wants to at least have 5 rings before it's all said and done. And I think he don't believe he can get that with AD. Now, right now, they have to make a change. Okay, and the only way they make the change is if they trade Anthony Davis. It's the only way. If they get if they can somewhat get Zach LaVine, and then if they get another decent point guard, because right now they need a point guard that can that can run the offense and can shoot the three. They've been stuck with Rondo and Westbrook the last 2 years, and they need a point guard that can shoot the three. DJ Augustine might not would have been that bad if they picked him up a little bit earlier. That's just my personal opinion. I wouldn't be surprised if they kept him. But they need a point guard that can run the offense and can make and can pass the ball, distribute the ball to the other players. Malik Monk, they probably will resign him. They'll probably keep him and resign him because he's a 3-point specialist. He can space the floor. They don't have any spacing. As you can tell right now, they getting whooped right now by the Toronto Raptors right now. They getting stomped. Okay, and this shit is just going to continue to get worse. Lakers ain't going to no playoffs. For all you people out there thinking that they going to the playoffs, it ain't going to happen. Okay, it's just not going to happen, y'all. Okay, they ain't going. It's just not going to happen for you. So my personal opinion is that AD is getting traded. Okay, he'll be traded from my understanding. Okay, and I believe he's going to be in Chicago in the off season. That's where I think he's going to go. What would he do in Chicago if he can stay healthy? If he can stay healthy, I think that'll be a good fit for him. That'll probably be the best fit for him because at least he doesn't have to carry the load, and he does have a good point guard. Lonzo Ball will get him that ball. Lonzo Ball will get him the ball in the right spot. And there's no animosity towards one another. They all pull for one another in Chicago. They have good team camaraderie. So for him to go to Chicago, that would probably be the best fit for him. He'll be back home and everything. It'll be a nice story, a nice narrative that AD gets traded and he goes back home and they could possibly do some damage and be a contender in the Eastern Conference. They will be a contender if AD can be healthy, because at least there he's not going to have to carry the load like he did in New Orleans. So I believe with Chicago, it's probably his best fit. LeBron gets Zach LaVine, who's in his prime, okay, and he spaces the floor for LeBron, and they'll probably end up with Tristan. I believe. I believe Tristan's gonna go back to LA. That's just my personal opinion. But that, okay. So word is on the street, Anthony Davis will be traded by the all season. Frank Vogel will be fired. Rob Pelinka gonna be fired. Okay, they got a whole new regime. Okay, who's gonna be the general manager? Probably gonna end up being LeBron. For real, for real. That's probably who's gonna end up being the general manager. They might not even fill that void. Probably just let LeBron be the GM and run the team. He'll probably save them some money. They don't need another general manager. Lakers don't need another chief. Okay, they gotta simplify this thing. It doesn't need to be just Jeannie Buss and LeBron at this point, because ain't nobody gonna really deal with LeBron and his antics and Clutch Sports and Rich Paul and all this other stuff. Like nobody of importance that in the NBA is going to, take that job for the Lakers right now, because immediately day one they're gonna be feeling pressure. Okay, ever since Rob Pelinka been the GM and the president, he been feeling nothing but pressure. And when you with LeBron, that's all you feel is pressure, 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 pressure. He's the type of guy that always keeps wanting more and more and more, even when you ain't got no more to give. Okay, he keeps wanting more. And that's what the Lakers are finding out. So at this point, right now, in order for them to get ahead of this thing, they want to trade Anthony Davis. And possibly and hopefully they can get Zach LaVine and possibly another good player for the Lakers, maybe Patrick Williams or something like that. But they're gonna have to make a deal, because AD ain't gonna cut it. Okay, and if they keep this team the way it is, this just a LeBron AD show, then it just not going. They're not, for some reason, they're just not gonna win. They're not gonna win. They don't have it. They don't have it. So moving forward, I want y'all boys to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and follow me on Twitter and IG. It's your boy King Marco. I'm signing out.